Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gadsby Dolly, MP, Minister of Education, Senator the Honorable Hassel Backus, Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation, other senior government officials, Mr. Zhang Lei, Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mark Shui, Group Corporate Vice President, Huawei Technologies Company Limited, Mr. Jeff Jin, CEO, Huawei Technologies TNT Limited, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Professor Prakash Prasad, President, the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Lisa Agard, Acting CEO, TSTT, Seeds for the Future 2020 participants and those from the past, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen joining us online, good morning, and welcome to the Huawei TNT Seeds for the Future 2020 opening ceremony. This morning, we not only officially open the program for the Seeds for the Future, but we also celebrate the 5th year of this program in Trinidad and Tobago. We are excited to share this moment with you. This is the week that the students who are representing the University of the West Indies and the University of Trinidad and Tobago will begin their journey in ICT study by Huawei. So without further ado, I will now hand you over to our Group Corporate Vice President, Mr. Mark Shui, who will be speaking to us from Mexico. Mr. Mark Shui.
Okay, thank you everyone. Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gadsby Dolly, MP, Minister of Education, Senator the Honorable Hassel, his Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. All senior government officials, Mr. Zhang Lei, Charge Affairs of the People's Republic of China to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Chancellor and Campus Principal, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Professor Prakash Prasad, President, the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Lisa Agard, Acting CEO of TSTT, Seeds for the Future participants, members of the media, all special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, congratulations to all our 20 students. You are the bright stars today and the Seeds for the Future. This is the 5th year of the Seeds for the Future program in Trinidad and Tobago. I believe this program will certainly contribute to the ICT development in your country. According to the prediction, the global digital economy will hit $23 trillion by 2025. So ICT and digitalization have become crucial growth engine for all countries, where ICT infrastructure and talent supply are fundamental. The Seeds for the Future program aims to propel young local talents leading ICT solutions and knowledge, thus contribute to the country's development in the 4th industrial revolution. Additionally, Huawei has launched other diversified programs such as ICT academic, ICT competition, and etc. helping to increase national ICT competitiveness. In Latin America and the Caribbean region, Huawei has supported more than 600 students from 22 countries to obtain leading ICT technology training in Huawei headquarters. And we have successfully transferred ICT knowledge to around 6,000 local students. These numbers will keep increasing. Huawei in Latin America and the Caribbean. For Latin America and the Caribbean. During the pandemic, Huawei has been working closely with all partners in delivering its corporate social responsibility across the whole region. First, we work together with telecom carriers to ensure high quality network connectivity and service. Second, we apply ICT technologies in fighting the COVID-19 with AI technology applied in Guatemala, Panama, Ecuador, and other countries for fast city tests. Third, we are supporting digital eco-education together with partners such as UNESCO and government authorities, as well as paving efforts in accelerating the national digital transformation. Huawei is committed to supporting the ICT development and the digital economy by investing in young talents and creating an open, collaborative ecosystem. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank government authority, universities, medias, and all our industry partners for your joint efforts and for your constant, strong trust and support to Huawei. Finally, I want to encourage all our Seeds for the Future students to enjoy this 5 days online training and knowledge transfer journey. And I believe you will contribute to your country with your knowledge and efforts. Thank you to all of you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mark Shui, for those kind words. As I mentioned, Mr. Shui is joining us from Mexico. So again, this is a very global event that we are doing, and he has let us know that Huawei really is in the region for the region. And we are very dedicated to providing the knowledge and the ICT talent that is necessary for the whole digital transformation of the region. Coming back to the Seeds for the Future, you must be wondering, for those of you who may not be familiar with it, what exactly is Seeds for the Future? What does it do? And why are we celebrating 5 years of it in Trinidad and Tobago? We would have started this program globally and then brought it to Trinidad and Tobago 5 years ago. And now we want to show you what Seeds for the Future has done, what it will continue to do, and why we're celebrating 5 years of it in Trinidad and Tobago. So please join us in viewing the Seeds for the Future 5 years in TNT video. Seeds for the Future is Huawei's global corporate social responsibility program. Since 2008, it has been giving students worldwide the opportunity to experience technology and culture in China. In Trinidad and Tobago, the program was launched in 2016, and since then, 30 students from the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus and the University of Trinidad and Tobago have participated in the program. We are now celebrating 5 years of Huawei's Seeds for the Future in TNT. In 2020, the program will be all online. Seeds for the Future bridges culture and technology. Uniquely Chinese aspects, like calligraphy and language, are studied by the students in Beijing Then, the students head to the city of Shenzhen, where they get hands-on training in the latest technologies and learn about Huawei. This training helps to bridge the gap between what students learn in the classroom and allow them to apply it to real-world scenarios.
In 2016, I was chosen to be part of the first group of students from Trinidad and Tobago to participate in the Huawei Seeds for the Future program. The opportunity to visit China and take Mandarin and calligraphy classes was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. I was also blown away by the historical sites we visited, like the Great Wall and Forbidden City. And then to go on to Huawei's HQ to see new technologies and learn directly from global technology and R&D experts, I was really excited about that.
By the end of December 2019, Seeds for the Future was implemented in 126 countries worldwide, with over 5,700 students taking part in the program, and that number is growing every week. Seeds for the Future benefits a variety of stakeholders, including countries and local communities, as well as the universities and students.
The UWI is pleased to partner once again with Huawei to bring the Seeds for the Future program to our students. There is no doubt that our youth will need all the practical and theoretical knowledge they can acquire to navigate this new normal. Thankfully, not even a global pandemic could stop this year's program, now in its 5th year. COVID-19 has put digital transformation on the priority agenda of every single organization, and certainly hands-on training in the latest technology will be a sought-after commodity. Our students have definitely benefited from training provided by Huawei, which serves to enhance their practical and theoretical knowledge. Knowledge which I am sure they're eager to put to use to bolster our local ICT industry.
In 2018, UTT and Huawei signed an MOU. Since then, several of our students have participated in Huawei's training program, appropriately named Seeds for the Future. The students were extremely thrilled to be selected for the program, and upon successful completion of the program, they spoke very highly of it. Trinidad and Tobago is moving towards a digital economy, and therefore we need trained people in ICT technologies of the latest and highest variety. So in this regard, we want to thank Huawei and express our sincere appreciation to them for getting us involved in this training program. We do look forward to deepening and strengthening this relationship.
I would say go for it. My history with the Huawei Seeds for the Future program started in 2018 as a university student. For me, it was a wonderful opportunity, and it opened my eyes to what was out there in terms of ICT and new job prospects in the field. I am now fortunate to be employed as a service product sales engineer at Huawei in Trinidad and Tobago, which is a fantastic start to my career in the ICT sector.
Since the program, I've been employed at Huawei Trinidad and Tobago as a Solutions Product Manager, and it has helped me to actually contribute to the digital development of Trinidad and Tobago. I would recommend this program to all university STEM students in Trinidad and Tobago who are aspiring to move their career forward after graduation.
Looking ahead, Huawei will continue its commitment to the Seeds for the Future program in TNT.
Our office in TT, now located around the beautiful Queen's Park Savannah, was established in 2006. As a responsible and trusted corporate citizen, we want to encourage more young people, and especially more women, into STEM careers. We want to use that ICT talent for the development of not just the technology and telecom sector, but also the growth of local economy. We expect these young minds to use what they have learned in the Seeds for Future program to develop technology solutions that will help TT in the journey to the digital transformation. In our 5th years of the Seeds of Future in TT, and in 2020, the global health pandemic has caused us to change the way we do things. So now, our Seeds for Future will go online this year. But we are committed to continuing to working together with the university, government, and all key stakeholders to ensure our best and brightest STEM students of TT. We are building cutting-edge knowledge and hands-on experiences of latest ICT transformations. Also taking these opportunities, we're going to share TT stories to the world. We are planting the seeds for the future today, for a full, connected, and intelligent Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow.
Smart farming in Trinidad and Tobago, e-health system.
To improve the educational system by bringing education to rural communities.
We can't wait to welcome you to join the Seeds for the Future. Whether in China or online, we celebrate 5 years in TNT and look forward to many more years of Huawei's Seeds for the Future. So now you see what the Seeds for the Future is all about. You see that for the past 5 years, we've been partnering with the universities here locally, UTT and the UE, to make sure that we have the best and the brightest talent that we do take to China to learn about culture, share our culture, and also make sure that they're learning about the latest technologies in the world. This is what we really hope that they can use to come back to Trinidad and Tobago and put into practice what they have learned. But what have they learned? How have they actually grown from being part of Seeds for the Future? What new technologies do they think we can actually use as we talk about digital transformation in Trinidad and Tobago? Well, let's see. We can talk to some of these students who have participated in the program and hear directly from them. So I believe we have a few students online, and I will start with one of our Seeds for the Future from the 2019 cohort, Ms. Tamisha Hercules. She was actually one of our UTT students, and she was the student representative of her cohort in 2019. So Tamisha.
A pleasant good morning to everyone.
Hi, good morning, Tamisha. So thank you so much for joining us. As I mentioned, you were with us last year in 2019 on the Seeds for the Future program.
Yes.
So I'm just going to ask a couple of questions so our viewing audience can get to know more about you and how the experience was for you. So first of all, Tamisha, why did you apply for the Seeds for the Future program in 2019?
In 2018, I was given the opportunity to apply. However, based on work, I wasn't able to. From that, based on stories told by past students in 2018, that invigorated me to definitely apply. Once I did my research, I was extremely excited and quite interested in the program because of my interest in 5G for Internet of Things.
All righty. Yes, all right, great. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing now, because you graduated from the program in 2019. Where do you work now, and how do you see the program having helped you in your current career?
So after graduation, I now work at Trinidad and Tobago Limited, where I am a technical support engineer. So although I work on the software side of things, I am the lead for the project in Trinidad and Tobago, which involves me front-facing the client, which means that I get questions and explanations on all aspects of the project. Having completed in 2019 and given broad, I wouldn't say introduction, given a broad deep dive into different technologies, this has helped me tremendously to give explanations on issues brought up by the client and making sure that the client is comfortable with I'd say the way the system works. But it wasn't just that. In addition, I was able to learn and appreciate the culture. And this helped me because the rest of my team, my project team, isn't from Trinidad, but they are from overseas. So Seeds for the Future has helped with technology side as well as communication and appreciation for the culture and knowing how well to communicate with both the clients in Trinidad and Tobago as well as my project team from Singapore.
Thank you so much. That is very awesome to hear. And we do like to hear that the program not only brings the technology, but it brings the cultural balance as well. So thank you very much, Tamisha. So I am now going to move to another one of our students, and this is Mr. Nicholas Mitchell. Now, he was actually in the 2018 cohort of Seeds for the Future, and he is going to be joining us here now. So hi, Nicholas, can you hear me?
Hi, good morning, Trisha, and good morning, everyone else on the call.
Excellent. So Nicholas, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while. Unfortunately, we can't meet in person, but good to see you on screen. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, Nicholas. So when you started the Seeds for the Future program, what were your expectations and how did you view the program when you came to the end of it?
Well, to be honest, coming into the program, I had high expectations because the name Huawei has some weight. Huawei is one of the biggest technology companies in the world, so I expected the program to be of a high caliber. While starting the program, I quickly realized that all my expectations were blown out of the window because the quality of the program, the interactions we had with the technical persons, the cultural experiences we had, it was just mind-blowing. And after the program, I just got a greater appreciation for Huawei and how forward-thinking they are to invest in students around the globe, and to not really expect anything of them at the moment was a hope that they do something in the future with the knowledge that they were able to gain from Huawei.
Well, I think you answered my second question. I was going to ask you a little bit because I was going to ask you what advice you would give to the new students who are embarking on this program.
Well, firstly, I'd like to tell them congratulations. This is a huge opportunity to be chosen to be part of a program of this caliber. And I'll tell them to be prepared to get exposed to a lot of technical information and try to grab onto as much as it as they can, because the knowledge that you go and get in this program will help you in your career path if you want to go into a communication systems field, or if you just want to get into a technical field in the future. So I'll just say have a good time, meet new people, and make great memories.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. So have a good time and meet new people. That's the takeaway from Nicholas as well. Thank you, Nicholas. So now we're going to move on to Mr. Angsar Dulan. So Angsar was actually part of our 2017 cohort, also representing UTT. I should mention Nicholas was from the UWI, the UE. So Angsar is one of our students from 2017, and he was also one of our student representatives for the 2017 program. So Angsar, are you on? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, good morning, Trisha. Good morning to all attendees.
Hi, good morning. Great. So good to join you here online. So Angsar, let me ask you, for you, what was the most memorable experience of the Seeds for the Future program?
That's a tough one. I can still recall almost every detail of my time spent within the program. I have to say one of the main things that stuck out to me was more from a cultural aspect, in that I observed the way in which the lecturers at the Huawei headquarters would approach learning. They would provide you with bite-sized information and do so for only around 15 to 20 minutes, after which you're on a mandated short break that would allow you to absorb what you have just learned. It's very different from what we are accustomed to in our education system, and this system works. Then they also have these 2-hour lunch breaks, 1 hour to eat and another to sleep, which actually allows for increased productivity. That to me stood out, as I believe that one should never stop learning, and being able to improve your methods of learning would make you more efficient and productive.
Excellent. So now we're looking at, we're in a time of a global pandemic, and we're seeing that the global pandemic is pushing us more towards adopting new technologies. And we're focusing on digital transformation. What technologies and in what sectors or areas do you think these technologies can help Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay, so this question has a lot of weight. I'll just try to summarize as much as possible. But it's an in-depth question that requires an in-depth discussion. For the sake of brevity, one of the many technologies that can help TNT in is the use of 5G networks throughout the nation. Even a reliable 4G connection would suffice at this point, one that allows for near total interconnectivity within the nation. And I'm not just speaking about households and indoor business places, but public facilities such as public transportation, smart city concepts for improved crime detection, transparency, and improved efficiency, to public services and businesses online, both private and public. The idea of interconnecting our nation's services is just a first step in the direction of being able to analyze and create true diversity within the economy, by analyzing different trends and being able to pivot based on the statistics to better serve both the public and private sectors alike. There are so many areas in which our economy can improve with digital transformation, such as the health sector, agriculture, utilities, etc. I hope this gets the gist of the vision that is inherent in digital transformation.
Great. Thank you very much, Angsar. So Angsar just let us know that there's many technologies available and many sectors that can benefit from such technologies. And this is all part of what students will be learning in the 2020 cohort as well, in terms of these new technologies. Thank you, Ansar.
Thanks, Risha.
Great. So now we move on to Ms. Valeen Rampasad. Ms. Valeen Rampasad was the student representative from the 2016, the very first cohort that participated in the program. She was the only female in the 2016 cohort, and she represented the University of the West Indies at the time. So now, Valeen, can you hear me? Valeen, can you hear me? I think you need to unmute your mic.
Yes.
Yes, great. Great, I can hear you. So wonderful, we are on. So Valeen, let me just ask you a quick question. Tell us a little about where you work now in terms of your career, and how has Seeds for the Future really helped you in terms of your current career?
Okay, thank you, Trisha, for that lovely question. So I'm so proud to say that I work at Huawei Technologies here in Trinidad and Tobago. You can definitely see that the program has helped me. I am here at my job that I love. So I would just say thank you to this program. It really helped me with to start to build my career. The program itself helped me to start to think. So apart from just learning whatever technologies we did at the first week, it really helped me to think. So now I can apply this broad vision that I have, that and whatever I saw in China and we learned, and now I can apply it to my day-to-day work. Fast forward 5 years from, well, 5 years from 2016 when I was there. I was part of the 5G deployment that we did with the public telco operator, and it was really a privilege to sit behind the scenes and really see the product evolve and become what it is today, and to be able for Trinidad to be able to set the bar for digital technology adoption.
Excellent. And let me ask you, what advice would you give to the 2020 cohort of students participating in the program? They're not going to China because unfortunately we're in a pandemic and we can't travel, but they'll be doing it all online. So what advice would you give to them?
So basically, when you sit behind the laptop and you have your lecture in front of you, imagine that you are in the classroom in China. Do exactly what you would have done there. Take the initiative, ask the questions, network with your fellow virtual classmates, as well as the lecturers, and then take this opportunity to help build your ICT career. And don't forget how fortunate you are to be part of the STEAM program.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Valeen. So you've heard it from 4 of our students, one for each year, and all of these students were our student representatives. So you see, they did have the opportunity to develop their skills in terms of presentation and in terms of making sure that they've just become very articulate in terms of ICT. So thank you to our 4 student representatives, and we're looking forward to hearing from the 5th one this year when we're finished with the program this year. Thank you again. And as I mentioned, this year the students won't necessarily be going to China, unfortunately, as we're experiencing a global pandemic. However, we definitely want to make sure that they experience the same feel of the program. So it's a very immersive 1 week that they'll be spending online, doing classes, live stream courses, and also learning about Mandarin and the Chinese culture. So it really is going to try to replicate the experience as much as possible. And we do hope that the sentiments expressed from the other students, that they can take this to heart and really apply themselves to the program for 2020, even though they won't be going to China. So now we'd like to really listen and welcome our partners in Seeds for the Future. We could not do this program really without our university partners, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, and the University of Trinidad and Tobago. So without further ado, I would really like to welcome to the stage, to our virtual stage, Professor Brian Copeland, the Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal of the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, to listen to his perspective as the Campus Principal of the Seeds for the Future. Professor Copeland.
Thank you, Tricia. And I'd like to say good morning to Dr. the Honorable Nayan Gatsby-Dolly, Member of Parliament, Marina, Minister of Education, Minister Hassel Bacchus, Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation, other senior government officials, Mr. Zhang Li, Chargé d'Affaires of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mark Shui, Group Senior Vice President of Huawei Technology Company Limited, Mr. Jeff Jin, my good friend, CEO of Huawei Technologies Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Professor Prakash Prasad, President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Lisa Agard, Acting CEO TSTT, Seeds for the Future participants, past and present, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So 2020, great year. It's the year that changed everything for everyone. It is also the year that the need for and the use of technology virtually exploded. This morning, we are launching the 5th edition of a program designed to reveal the immense possibilities in technology while giving students a peep into China's dynamic global business and into a culture that dates back more than 3,000 years. In this very launch event, technology is connecting us in different parts of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as across the globe. In this next normal, basic survival in the face of a near invisible enemy has made in-person meetings a rarity and perhaps even a threat. COVID-19 has put digital transformation on the priority agenda of every single organization throughout the world. Certainly, hands-on training in the latest technology is a much sought-after commodity if we are to come up with innovative ICT solutions to the challenges this pandemic has further heaped on us. The ICT student who can rise to these challenges will find that he or she will also be a much sought-after commodity. The Seeds for the Future program is not, however, the only partnership between the UWI and Huawei Technologies. For on September 26, 2019, just over a year ago, the B-Mobile UE Innovation Lab, powered by Huawei, was officially launched here at the St. Augustine campus. The lab, the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, is specifically designed to accelerate the digital competence and capabilities of Trinidad and Tobago. Housed in what was originally intended to be a laboratory for the study of high voltage phenomena in our Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, this world-class laboratory is intended to propel academic research and facilitate testing and development of new and innovative tech-based products and services. The end game, my friends, is the commercialization of unique intellectual property. At the same time, The lab serves as a training ground for students and ICT professionals to hone their skills. While we have faced some setbacks due to the pandemic, I am hopeful that 2021 will allow us the opportunity to get our students into the space. We at the University of the West Indies are therefore pleased to once again partner with Huawei in an initiative that builds our human capital. An internship such as this one takes our students further along the path to being the game changers the country and the Caribbean desperately need. I'm also delighted to recognize Dr. Kim Maladu, Senior Lecturer and Communication Systems Group Leader in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, as the UWI's representative on the 2020 Selection Committee panel. Dr. Maladu, a former department head, is my former colleague in the Faculty of Engineering and has long been a leader, researcher, and innovator in this field. Initiatives such as this will always have the support of the UWI. They are vital for giving our students the needed exposure to combine their work in the classroom with real-world experiences. They are also critical steps in the drive towards economic sustainability and the creation of a technologically developed nation and region. To all of this year's awardees, I extend the heartiest congratulations. Thank you to everyone. Trisha?
Thank you so much, Professor Copeland. We really appreciate your kind words, and we also appreciate the support, the tremendous support that the University of the West Indies has continued to provide us over the past years, and we look forward to continuing this collaboration with you on Seeds for the Future and in other initiatives as well, where we look to develop the ICT talent. So now, I'd like to welcome to our virtual stage Professor Prakash Prasad, the President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, another one of our universities here that has really been working together with Huawei on this Seeds for the Future program and really helping us to pick some of the best and brightest students as well. So Professor Prasad, can you hear me? Yes, I'd like to welcome Professor Prasad to the stage, but before he comes on, I just wanted to mention one quick thing, that the students actually, as I mentioned, will be starting this week to do their coursework, and so they would actually be starting as early as today to do some of that coursework. So after the ceremony, we really are going to be moving forward to getting those students involved in terms of the ICT program and the ICT aspects. So I do believe we have Professor Prasad on with us today.
Good morning.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Professor Prasad. Good morning. And the virtual floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. Dr. the Honorable Nayan Gatsby Dolly, Member of Parliament and Minister of Education. Senator the Honorable...
Professor, can I just ask you to turn your camera on? We're just not seeing your video.
Can you do it? I'm not seeing it on my screen to do.
He said he's not seeing it on the screen. Oh, there's a... Just 1 second.
Oh.
Yes, so there's actually a video icon that you could click on.
Normally it comes up. I'm not seeing it. I normally see it.
No, you're not seeing it. Okay. All right. Well, sorry about that. So let's continue with your presentation, Professor Prasad.
We'll start again. Dr. the Honorable Nayan Gatsby Dolly, Member of Parliament and Minister of Education. Senator the Honorable Hassel Bacchus, Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. Other senior government officials. Mr. Zhang Lei, Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mark Schuemin, Group Senior Vice President of Huawei Technologies Company Limited, Mr. Jeff Jin, CEO of Huawei Technologies Limited, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, UWI St. Augustine, Ms. Lisa A. Gard, Acting CEO of TSTT, and one who I call the Trinidad version of Beyonce, Seeds for the Future participants, past and present, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, buenos dias, ni hao. At the onset, let me say congratulations to all the students who have been selected. Since its inception, UTT has sought to position itself as a driving force in the development of Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, it was founded for that very purpose. For the past 16 years, we have encouraged our students and staff to push the traditional academic boundaries through new and innovative and multidisciplinary programs and research to cement Trinidad and Tobago's place in the local and global arena. An important element of this venture is the formation of strategic partnerships with our contemporaries and also global leaders of industry. This has impacted very positively on students and staff alike. As such, when UTT was presented with the opportunity to partner with Huawei, to forge a partnership with Huawei and TSTT, we naturally accepted, and hence our ICT students participated in the Seeds of the Future program in October 2017 for the first time. Since then, over a dozen of our students have participated in the program, thereby being exposed to world-class knowledge and invaluable experience at Huawei's headquarters in Shenzhen. In the 2020 edition of Seeds for the Future, this wonderful initiative continues despite the difficulty posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, investment in digital technology has come to the fore to ensure in a tangible fashion and to demonstrate that training and learning can continue under the new normal. Indeed, I want to point out with a great degree of pride and satisfaction that the significant investments that UTT made in digital infrastructure for digital learning, inclusive of technology and staff-student training, paid handsome dividends as we switched seamlessly and fully to online remote delivery and operations since March this year. Our students have indicated in no uncertain terms the great value of the program in preparing them for the world of work in this new and emerging digital economy, inclusive of robotics, AI, Internet of Things, and digital integration. In fact, UTT has done pioneering work in robotics in the sort of sporting and cultural arenas. In closing, to Mr. Shui, Mr. Jin, and the team at Huawei and other industry partners, on behalf of UTT, I express sincere appreciation and congratulations on this excellent program and do look forward to deepening and strengthening of the partnership. Thank you, gracias, CCA.
Thank you, gracias, and CCA to you as well, Professor Prasad, for those wonderful words. And we really do appreciate that the UTT has continued to partner with us as well on this program. So, now I guess you're wondering, who exactly are these students who are participating in this program? So we are going to give you a little sneak peek and a snapshot of the students. We asked them to send us some photos of themselves, showing them, doing something that they loved, or just, a photo that we could see what they look like. So now I would like to present to you our 20 students for 2020 Seeds for the Future Trinidad and Tobago. So first we have Mr. Jeremy Bash, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Romario Chung, Computer Science Special, Mr. David Aaron Dionrine, Computer Science with Management Special, Mr. Casey Ford, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Mr. Stephen Gould, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ms. Rebecca Gibbon, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ms. Catherine Lou Atten, Industrial Engineering, Ms. Kalyani Mathura, Industrial Engineering, Mr. Brandon Mohammed, Computer Science and Physics, Ms. Rayan Ramharak, Computer Science Special, Ms. Neera Ramsubag, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Mr. Kevin Sanka, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Mr. Timothy Singh, Computer Science Special. And we move on to the UCT graduate student, undergraduate students. Mr. Matthew Edwards, Software Engineering. Mr. Rajiv Ganesh, Software Engineering. Mr. Antonio Ganesh Sami, Software Engineering. Mr. Ronaldo Henry, Network and Telecommunications Engineering. Mr. Aaron Minard, Software Engineering. Mr. Quinn Sambrano, Software Engineering. Mr. Devin Ramlochan, Network and Telecommunications. And there we have it, all 20 for 2020, Seeds for the Future students. Best wishes to all the participants of this program this year. And as you can see from their pictures, they're not just into ICT, they're into all kinds of things, so whether singing, cultural, sports, they really are very all-rounded. So we really hope to see a little bit of that as well, hopefully from them. So good luck again, and congratulations again to those students. Now, we, as Professor Copeland had alluded to before, we have partnered with many organizations to select these students. It was a very competitive process. Students would have had to apply, and we would have had to interview the students for a position within this program. So we had several applicants, and it was really tough going to interview all the students and really whittle it down to the top 20 students to participate this year. So that being said, I'd really like to take the time at this moment to really thank our selection panel, who are a wonderful group of people who answered the call that we made to be part of this initiative to select the students this year. So I'd like to thank Mrs. Cynthia Ruddock Downs, the CEO of TAT, Mr. Gabriel Faria, the CEO of the TNT Chamber, Dr. Rodney Rambley. He also represented the Ministry of Education, but he's the head of the Center of ICT at UTT. Mrs. Teresa Wankin, the Secretary General of Canto, Dr. Kim Malilu, Senior Lecturer, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at UE, Mr. Emil Ramlal, Instructor and Discipline Coordinator, Center for ICT at UTT, Mr. Daryl Duke, Senior Manager, Enterprise Operations, TSTT, and Mr. Akash Samaru, Senior Journalist and Anchor at Guardian Media. And of course, I was also part of the panel, but I would not thank myself. So I want to really thank these esteemed persons again from the different organizations. What we really try to do is bring together industry and university and government together to really pick the 20 best and brightest of the students. And they really did a fantastic job giving of their time voluntarily for this. So I want to thank you again. And we're now going to actually hear from one of the selection panelists, Ms. Teresa Wankin, the Secretary General of Canto, and she's just going to share with us a bit of her experience being part of the selection panel. We always partner quite closely with Canto, so we're very happy to hear from her. Teresa?
Good morning, everyone. All protocols have been observed. It's my pleasure to address you this morning on behalf of the panel and on behalf of Canto. A quote by the Dalai Lama sets the framework for my remarks here this morning. He states, "Without technology, humanity has no future." And in a time when everything we know has been turned upside down as the world grapples with COVID-19, we see the truth in this statement. Now, as we balance working and schooling from home, we have come to rely heavily on technology. Technology needs brilliant and innovative minds to anticipate the needs of humanity and devise solutions to solve them. And you, the Seeds of the Future representatives this morning, represent some of those minds. ICT development is crucial to the way we live and has taken the lead as one of the most sought after and needed sectors in the world. It's an industry where practitioners such as yourself need to marry academic qualifications and hands-on trainings in the tool, applications, and skill set needed to enhance the social and economic development of our country. The second half of the quote continues, but we have to be careful that we don't become so mechanized that we lose our human feelings. Through the Seeds of the Future program, We're building the right capacity for the next generation of leaders to operate in a digital economy. I know having this experience virtually as opposed to being able to travel and visit the innovation lab in person is disappointing. However, I urge you to maximize this opportunity. This is your springboard to jumpstart your respective careers. Pattern yourselves after a sponge and soak up everything the experience has to offer. Seek to innovate with the skills derived from this experience to solve modern day problems. I'm proud and honored to be offered this opportunity along with other members of the panel, Dr. Kim Malaliu, Dr. Romney Rambali, Mr. Emil Ramlal, Mr. Gabriel Faria, Ms. Cynthia Reddock Downs, Mr. Akash Samaru, and Mr. Duke from TSTT. Being part of the selection panel and having a front row seat to witness your minds at work is indescribable. After this experience, I'm confident and excited for the future of technology in Trinidad and Tobago. The standard of what you students at the University of the West Indies and the University of Trinidad and Tobago produce provides every assurance in our ICT future. The initiative shows that for our country to move forward with ICT development, collaboration among all stakeholders is key. We need the public institutions such as our University of the West Indies and the University of Trinidad and Tobago. And for its advancement, we need support from the private sector. To Huawei, a private sector entity with a big corporate social responsibility footprint, I thank you, I applaud you for stepping up to the plate and providing the resources necessary to make the 2020 Seeds for the Future project a reality in spite of the global pandemic. And add my voice to the call for more public-private partnerships to advance ICT development in Trinidad and Tobago. And to you, the beneficiaries of this venture, congratulations. Take note, while we move towards creative and innovative technological advancement, may your work always be rooted in the premise of life and lifestyle improvements for the greatest good of mankind. I thank you for your time, and I take this opportunity to wish you a future that is very, very bright. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teresa. And thank you for those kind words on behalf of Huawei. And I also believe that the students would have taken to heart what you would have said. There's something that you wrote that we said we're building the right capacity for leadership. And I do believe that that's what this program is going to do. So thank you so much. And again, thank you to our selection panel for being part of this initiative this year. So now we move on to our strategic partner in Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT. This has been our this company has been our partner for a very long time, and we are very happy to have its acting CEO, Ms. Lisa Agard, on to speak with us, and more so to speak with the students and let them know what are some of the opportunities and careers for the ICT sector and the telecom sector in Trinidad and Tobago. So now I'd like to invite Ms. Agard to the virtual floor.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Tricia. Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gatsby Dolly, Minister of Education, Senator the Honorable Hassel Bacchus, Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation, Mr. Zhang Li, Charge d'Affaires of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mark Zhu, Group Senior Vice President, Huawei Technologies Limited, Mr. Jeff Jin, CEO, Huawei Technologies Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Professor Prakash Prasad, President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Seeds of the Future participants, past and present, other specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a particular honor for me to address you today, and I want to recognize particularly the wonderful, young, bright students who are past participants of this program and the present cohort for this year. Today, I just want to share with you TSTT's perspective on career opportunities, telecommunications, and the ICT sector in Trinidad and Tobago. This future-focused field is equal parts dynamic, challenging, rewarding, and impactful. But before I delve any further, again, I want to congratulate the 20 students who make up this year's Huawei Seeds for the Future 2020 cohort. You applied and endured a rigorous process to be accepted into this prestigious program. And under different circumstances, you would be packing your bags, heading to the airport, and getting on a plane or several planes to China. But unfortunately, in the face of this global pandemic, we have to adapt and utilize technology even more. I want to particularly commend Huawei, our strategic partner, on this demonstration of good corporate citizenship. As you have heard, Huawei has been doing this for 5 years in Trinidad and Tobago. And as they have communicated, they have trained 600 students in 22 countries across the world. This is phenomenal. In Trinidad and Tobago, this groundbreaking initiative provides our university students an opportunity to enhance their skills, bridge the gap between theory and practice, and practical applications of cutting-edge technology in the real world. I know the students will also have multiple opportunities to talk to and share ideas with the experts who are using these technologies and who are every day applying them to resolve real-world problems and impact people's lives. Students, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I urge you to embrace this program fully. This kind of immersion and access to the best talent and next generation equipment is going to rock your imagination and your ambitions, and will certainly confer on you a world-class competitive edge that will spotlight you in your job search and future career. What will these career opportunities be? Ladies and gentlemen, while the demand for talent with advanced tech skills is skyrocketing, some of that demand is for new jobs in ICT that did not exist even 5 years ago or even 1 year ago. Companies all over the world are now looking for skills that many universities have not begun teaching. So disruptive is the telecoms industry that our own HR department, in doing its predictive skills gap analysis, cannot reasonably plan beyond 3 years. Because given the rate of technological change, new skills will emerge while others will retire. In this field, dynamism takes on a whole new meaning. So today, for example, companies are looking for agile coaches, cloud computing specialists, and data scientists, and want people skilled in Python, a programming language that was released only 9 years ago. Let's talk a little bit about jobs. CIO magazine lists the top most in-demand tech jobs for 2020 in the US. The top 10 are AI architects, business intelligence analysts, cloud architects, data analysts, data scientists, data engineers, web developers, software developers, mobile developers, and DevOps engineers. Like many other companies in Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT has experienced its own challenges in terms of accessing ICT skills needed, a challenge that Huawei and Seeds for the Future seeks to address. What are we looking for? As the nation's only full-service telecommunications provider, providing the most advanced telecommunications services utilizing cutting-edge technology, TSTT has an immense role to play in supporting Trinidad and Tobago's digital transformation. And in that regard, I think that it is critical that in this new dispensation, the government has actually created a Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. And we expect to play our rightful role in working with the government in terms of developing and rolling out all aspects of digital transformation in this country. We need employees see digital transformation not as a threat, but as an opportunity to automate their job so that they can move on to higher value services. We need people who are culturally intelligent and socially adept so that they can work well in cross-cultural teams as well as in cross-functional teams. We are looking for international leadership skills. A good hire makes the world of difference. Let me end by saying that you, university students, can speak into organizations and turn them upside down. The future is yours because you were born using, embracing, understanding, and inventing the tools that are building our digital world. I would urge you that this is where learning how to work with others, how to communicate different ideas respectfully but persuasively, and how to lead are all skills as important as your ICT talents. You can help transform organizations, help transform your communities, and you will need a winning combination of hard and soft skills to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Huawei Seeds of the Future program promises to be a transformative experience for your students as you excel and enter into the work world. You truly have the power to transform your organizations and any future organizations you may join, your society, your community, and our beloved Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This can be your mission should you choose to accept. Thank you so much, Tricia.
Thank you so much, Ms. Agard, for your kind words and your words of support and particularly your words of encouragement to the students. We do believe that they will really start to see the new career opportunities that you would have mentioned. And as you said, it's really about building this digital world and how do they fit into that. So thank you so much again. Thank you to TSTT as always for being a strategic partner with us. So now I'd like to move forward to our next address by Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gadsby Dolly, MP, Minister of Education. Unfortunately, the Minister would have had another engagement in Parliament today, so she did send some quick remarks to us via a video. So we will now listen to Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gadsby Dolly.
Representatives of the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation, all senior government officials, representatives of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China to Trinidad and Tobago, Mark Shui, Group Senior Vice President, Huawei Technologies Company, Jeff Jin, CEO, Huawei Technologies Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, Professor Prakash Prasad, President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Lisa Agard, Acting CEO of TSTT, Seeds for the Future participants, past and present, members of the media. Today, it gives me great pleasure to join with Huawei Technologies Limited to support the 5th anniversary of the Seeds for the Future ICT Study Program. It is an interesting time to be facilitating such a program, and now, more than ever, an outlet such as this, where students can develop their ICT competencies, is critical. The world has changed significantly within the last few months, and it is imperative that we change and adapt along with it. This year, as we celebrate 5 years of building ICT capital in Trinidad and Tobago, a theme of the importance of ICT in education, developing ICT talent in Trinidad and Tobago, has been chosen, and I must say that it is timely and relevant. The Ministry of Education, over the past few years, began the process of transforming digital spaces for learners. Through the 5-star ICT plan, the Ministry has worked to increase connectivity at schools, training for teachers in ICT, and the provision of devices to students and teachers. I am extremely grateful to stakeholders like Huawei Technologies, who see the importance of ICT in education and have stepped up to present this opportunity to our students. As the world evolves, so too must our skills and abilities to keep current and relevant to the dynamic global classrooms and workspaces that await our future leaders. Developing ICT talent in Trinidad and Tobago is not only limited to what we do in the classroom. As the government of Trinidad and Tobago has outlined, as a country, we will be moving towards a digital society. This means that the human capital needed to create, manage, and maintain these platforms must come from within. This is where programs such as Seeds for the Future come into play. Giving students the opportunity to learn, develop, and practice skills outside of the classroom is critical. As the first cohort who will be accessing the program fully online, the participants will have the opportunity to truly prepare for the digital world that awaits them going forward. Experiences such as these, made possible through a company known for its technological expertise and leadership, will be something that will influence the life and development of each participant. I am pleased today to reinforce the Ministry's support and commitment to all learners at every level. Partnerships such as this one, which give opportunities to our tertiary students, solidify the importance of building relationships that go beyond a photo opportunity. Huawei Technologies has kept its commitment to the development of ICT talent in Trinidad and Tobago, and has even gone beyond the Seeds for the Future program. I must make mention of the support given to the Adopt a School program and their generous donation of devices. Our children are grateful. Thank you. As we celebrate 5 years of this program, prepare for its new iteration with the strictly online format, and welcome the new cohort into this week of new experiences, I say thank you to all who have made this possible, and good luck to the participants. Take this time to learn everything that you can, and maybe you too will be a part of transforming the digital landscape for education in our country, as you become the talent that is needed for the development of Trinidad and Tobago's future. May God richly bless you in all your endeavors.
I'd like to thank the Honorable Minister for delivering that message to us. We really do appreciate the support that the Ministry of Education has been giving to this program, and we will continue to support the Ministry of Education in its endeavors to really incorporate ICT in education in Trinidad and Tobago. So now we move to our final feature address which is by Senator the Honorable Hassel Backus, Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. And Minister Backus, we really are excited to hear from you, as we know digital transformation is really what's on the agenda for everyone today. And so I would like to thank you for being part of our opening ceremony today, and I would like to give you the floor to start your feature presentation. Minister Backus.
Yeah, thank you, Tricia. Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gatsby-Dolly, Member of Parliament and Minister of Education, Mr. Zhang Li, Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of the People's Republic of China in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mark Shui, Group Vice President, Huawei Technologies Company Limited, Mr. Jeff Jin, CEO of Huawei Technologies Trinidad and Tobago Limited, Professor Brian Copeland, Pro Vice Chancellor and Campus Principal, University of the West Indies at St. Augustine, Professor Pakas Prasad, President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Lisa Agard, Acting CEO of Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago, Seeds for the Future participants, past and present, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I was pleased to have the time to be here for the entire program this morning, and I must compliment Huawei and everyone involved for the continuance of this program, even given the circumstances as it relates to COVID. It wasn't lost on me when I got the view of all of the participants, the 20 young people who will be participating now, that there were 5 young ladies in there as well, which speaks volumes for what is happening. I hope that number continues to improve and increase, in that if you look around in Trinidad and Tobago, and not just in the government, but in private industry, you will see a number of women at the helm of many organizations. Ms. Agard is just an example of that. We have so many of them. Professor Copeland made mention of Dr. Malaleo and the job that she has been doing in helping develop people within not just the university, but in other places as well. These things really must be complemented, and the young people should look at those examples. And there are many. Mr. Terrell Downs, who heads up the Telecommunications Authority, the fact that the minister that is responsible for the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation is Minister West. The Minister of Education, again, Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gatsby-Dolly. Again, you see these leaders, women leaders of great stature, taking the country forward. So I think it is noteworthy that people pay some attention to that. Digital transformation. You know, a lot of places where I get to speak about this, I try to demystify it. You know, people have this idea that this is digital transformation is this mystical, magical thing that will just come down from the sky and all of a sudden everybody will be able to do everything. There are a number of components to digital transformation that I want to just touch on a few of them briefly while I have your attention. Really, there are 4 main pillars for digital transformation. If you ask for a definition of it, if you go to all the Price Coopers as a definition, everybody else, but something that is kind of more relevant to us is let me actually read what it says. One of the definitions is digital transformation is a process using digital technology to create or modify existing business processes, culture, customer experiences, and so on to meet the changing business and market requirements. Now, for some of us, that carries full significance, and for others, it may be something that is a little bit abstract. Ultimately, digital transformation is really about people. It's always about people. So when you look and you say, well, okay, what is it exactly are we trying to achieve when we say we're going to digitally transform things? It is really about ensuring that we use technology to the fullest that we can to create simplicity and ease in the way you access services and goods across the country. And that's really what we're trying to do. If you would have listened to the Minister of Finance in his budget opening, he would have noted a number of services provided to the citizenry that take inordinately long periods of time to get done. He mentioned the duration of time to get passports, the problems you have trying to organize to get things with your driver's permit, etc., etc. All of those things are the things that will be remedied if we are able to do what we need to do with digital transformation. The world that we live in now is quite a complex world, and I will use, for those avionic people, people who like avionics, an example. When the biplane was built, that first set of planes that we had, there was actually 0 lines of code in it. It was just a mechanical thing, this big machine that did it. By the time you got around to, the Apollo landing module, you had about maybe 2,000 lines of code. A modern fighter jet uses over 10 million lines of code. The majority of the data that has been created in the world was created within the last few years. So the ability to make sense of it, use it, create it, build new things with it for the benefit of mankind is really what is entrusted with us. What has made the acceleration to do these things really, really important has been primarily the impact of COVID. Digital transformation is not new by any stretch of the imagination. It's been around for a long time. Its focus on now is really in reaction to what has happened as a result of COVID. So how does this affect us and the people, specifically the participants of Seeds, the Seeds of the Future? Well, one of the things that will keep CEOs up at night, and I'm sure Ms. Iga would be no different, because according to a PricewaterhouseCoopers study, 80% of CEOs are worried about the availability of key ICT skills going forward. What are these skills? So just broadly, digital literacy, data analytics, AI, decision-making, system thinking and understanding business models, continuous improvement using lean and agile methods and so on for how you get things done. All of those skills are things that you will pick up in this program, not to mention the exposure to the technology that you're going to get. There is a connection between hard work and success. Most people believe that the connection is that if you work hard, you will succeed. Well, actually, that is not it. The connection is there is no success without hard work. And so far, your work have gotten you to the point, the participants that have gotten you to the point where you are now in another place of learning in your journey. Embrace opportunity by the follow, lest it pass you. It is a statement that was told to me by a teacher a long time ago when I was in primary school. Embrace opportunity by the follow, lest it pass you. Talent always seems to be diminished without opportunity. Compliments of Huawei and the rest of UTT and, of course, the University of the West Indies. This opportunity has been afforded to you. Please, please, please take advantage of it. I want to bring one last thing in closing, and it's just to show you how things have changed. In 2001, an examination was made of what people take around with them when they go on trips, travel. What do they have on them? And what they found is that most people simply had 2 devices. Some type of computing device, a laptop, and an analog phone. If you think about what you walk around with today, I can count maybe at least 11 devices that need communication, power, and access to information, connectivity, your fitness bands, your e-readers, your VR headsets, your smartwatch, portable games players. Now you have these really fancy phones, tablets, of course your laptop, and then last but not least, your smartphone. All of these things will become the access devices for which you access services going forward. The nation's infrastructure has to be improved to allow for that. Connectivity has to become a universal thing. It's not supposed to be for the privileged. It's not supposed to be for the rich. It's not supposed to, it is supposed to be universal and accessible by all. The delivery, the methods of delivery for education, just like you're going to find now and what you're going to do all the way from China, some of it. All of this really requires infrastructure change. But in the end, when you look back at it, who is the beneficiary? A person. Digital transformation is about people. Never forget it. All the technology does is provide an enabling platform. The state is committed to providing all of the necessary infrastructure to everyone, every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, to be able to access and become a part of the digital future. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister. And I see that you really spoke from the heart there, and that's really important. The Minister is very passionate about digital transformation and about technology. But one of the things that he said that's really stuck out, and I really hope that it renders well with the students, is that digital transformation is about people. And how do you use technology to better people's lives? So I really do hope that in your studies, you're able to take that knowledge and that wisdom and transfer it into how do you apply it towards people's lives. Thank you so much again, Minister. And we really do look forward to speaking with you again about this program at the end of it so that you can see the fruits of our labors this week. So now we've come to a close of the program, and as such, I would have the honor of welcoming our Huawei CEO for Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Jeff Jin, to the floor to deliver the vote of thanks and closing remarks. Mr. Jin.
Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate your joining this event today. Actually, we have very inspiring speeches from the minister, from our partners, and from students. Really give us a lot of confidence and to show we are doing the right things. And we are committed to do this for the future. And as we end today's opening ceremony, I'm very honored to now speak to all of you who are joining us online. As we are going through a time of global pandemic, it seems like we're doing everything remotely, but this event today shows us that technology really makes a lot of things possible. Whether you join us live or online, we are happy to have you be part of this ceremony and to launch the TT Future Seed 2020. I first would like to thank some important people who help us to make today and this TT Seeds for Future 2020 possible. Firstly, I would like to thank all of our great speakers for taking time for your busy schedules to be with us today and sharing very lot of things, and your vision strategy and your suggestions, really highly appreciate. I would like to thank you, our university partners, the UV principal and UTT president, and your team, who have been working with us for 5 years ago, and to make Seeds for Future successfully in TT. We could not do this without working together with you. I would like to thank all of the members of the selection committee who answered our call to come together and to join the interview and select the seats for this year. And also, especially, I would like to thank all the students. All of the 20 were selected as this year. Congratulations, and wish all of you work hard, but enjoy the sections in the rest of the week. I take time to thank all of you because this shows that working together as true partners, we can always achieve more. Today, through these meaningful speeches and mind sharing, I would like to highlight 3 points from my side. First, I will use the English proverb, great oaks from little acorns grow. Sometimes we think that we always have to start big to achieve great things. But I would like to use this chance to remind us that we can start small. Start just the seeds and grow into something bigger than we ever imagined. Sometimes we put in today, and the seeds we plant in today, but we might not see all the benefit today. But our children and many generations in the future would see the positive result and benefit from this if we continue working on this. I would like to share a small story about Huawei, our history of Huawei and our innovation. 33 years ago, Huawei just started in China, and nobody knew of our company. We were a small business, and led by our founder, Mr. Ren, and only 10 employees. Dedication, investment, commitment, and strong support for the R&D, and working together with customers and partners, turned our little company into one of the largest global ICT communication solutions companies in the world. Now, 33 years later, our company is well known, and we are providing the product services for 117 countries, and has been trusted by government and companies serving more than 3 billion people around the world. We are very proud about this. As such, we started the Seeds for Future program for Trinidad 5 years ago, and we commit to continue this program because we believe the seeds we planting today, we are aiming to build a better, brighter TT for tomorrow. Second point, collaboration leads to innovation. What is important is that we cannot do everything by ourselves, and we always need to work together to collaborate to innovate. Now we hear a lot from Minister Bacchus spoken about digital transformation just now, but digital transformation cannot happen with just one person, one company, or even one ministry. It takes all of us to make this possible. Huawei TT office has been here since 2006, and we believe in collaboration for shared success. As a socially responsible corporate citizen in TT, along with partners, we are dedicated to promoting communication technologies and knowledges, developing ICT talent, and increasing the access to education. Our goal is to bring more people into the digital world. We work with the UV and TSCT, develop innovation lab in campus. Due to the COVID, we have not been open, but we hope to do so soon. We have hosted many digital transformation events with our partners, like Canton, like CTU. And also together with TSCT, we launched the first 5G commercial networks in TT, which will help develop the new industry of TT. Also during the pandemic, we also contribute to the COVID-19 relief efforts, donating supplies to essential services and tablets for the university and Ministry of Education adopt to a school program. Meanwhile, we are looking at working with the UTT in the areas technology and cybersecurity, and also working with other partners to use technologies in different areas and different industries. Seeds for Future TT is our commitment to develop ICT talent in TT. So far, we have had 30 university students participate, and this year we added 20 more. We will also continue the Seeds for Future program in TT. We are also open to more ideas from our partners and all of you to how we can support this digital transformation. Last but not least, taking a step forward. And digital transformation is very clear core strategy is national strategy for TT. And TT need more well-educated and competitive ICT talent to accelerate digital transformation and all make TT as a digital hub of the Caribbean region. And so we call for all of us to develop the National ICT Talent Develop Program, where we work together to build ICT talent pool that will drive the TT economic forward. And Huawei stands ready to be your partners in the digital transformation journey. As I closed, I would like us to all continue to work together towards digital transformation and to making a better connected TT. Today, we launched the Seeds for Future. This is just small actions, but we believe this as a spark that can cause the more chain reactions. I truly believe that the next big idea in technologies can come from you, and right now, right here in TT. Thank you again, everyone, joining us today. It has been our honor to have you. So we will see you again at another time. Goodbye, all, and please continue, stay safe and stay well. Thank you.